Chapter number 6, backup systems. Backup system. Backup basically means that to keep the copy of the system file, so that in case if something happens to those files, it should be able to get the data back. So let's see, as there is important data stored on the system, it must back up regularly due to various reasons, like sudden power off हो जाता है, hard disk crash हो जाता है. So because of that, in case of the problem of sudden power failure or hard disk failure, hard disk crash, the system should able to function. How it is possible? That it should be able to take the backup and regain it from that backup. In such scenario, all information lost unless it is stored somewhere. Thus, there is a need to keep duplicate copies for all the files for the safety precautions, and these copies are called as the backup. So what do we mean by the backup system? Keep a copy of the file so that in case if there is any system crash or the power failure happens, it should be able to get the data back from that. So that is why backup is to be taken. So the backup file can be restored in later if required. It is the administrator's job to backup on the disk to prevent loss of data due to the system breakdown. So due to the system breakdown, there may be some loss of the data, and it is the duty of the administrator to take the backup, so that in case if there is a system failure, then it should be able to restore the data from that backup. So compared to normal or simple cp command in Linux, backup is a special utility. That is, when files are restored from the backup, it will place the files at its proper means. It will store the files to its original destination. Thus, user does not need to remember source from where he has backup the files. So from the location where the user has taken up the backup, that source is not been known. Now what are the different backup plans? It is important that user must create a backup plan from losing data either accidentally or by means. So the different points of the backup plan are being described here. Which particular file or directories is to be backup, when to take a backup, and what are the different types of the backup procedures. So first of all, deciding which particular file or directory is to be backup, one need to take a backup. One need to make a list of files that need to be backup. Apart from the user data, some system files which are updated or modified regularly should be backup. System directories include /etc, /user, /home and configuration files. These files should be backed up so that in case of the system failure, it should be able to restore that data. When to backup? Depending upon the frequency of changes in the file, you may follow one of the backup procedure mentioned below. There are three types of backup procedures: full backup, directory backup and increment backup. The contents of the entire disk are backed up, that is full backup. The selected directory backup, the contents of the particular directory are to be backed up. Increment backup, only those files which have been changed in the last backup are being backed up. So these are the three different types of backup: full, directory and increment backup. Now let's see the use of specific tools for the backup. These are some of the backup plan, that is which particular file is to be backed up, when to take backup, and these three types of backup. And now let's see the third is use of the specific tool for backup and selection of the storage media. These are the 4 points for the backup plan to be remembered. Now there are different tools to take a backup. The commands which are there to take a backup in Linux operating system is the tar command, gzip command and cp command. These are the commands which are used to take the backup. As we have already learned, cp is used to copy the contents from one location to another location. Gzip, that is, it is just like a zip utility which is used to compress the data and store the data at that particular location. Tar command is basically used to take backup in the tape drives. Okay. Then we have the selection of the storage media for keeping the backup. So backup which we are taking, where we are going to store that backup. If there is a volume of data to be stored, it can be stored in the media. Probability of the storage media, and the different types of the media. If sequential use tapes, otherwise use storage media like floppy disk, compact disk, zip drives, hard drives. These are some of the storage media where the backup can be taken up. Now let's see the different tools which are to be used to take a backup are backup and restore tools in the Linux operating system, gzip, gunzip, tar and cpio. How these tools work. Okay. Apart from these, we have a command called cp command, which is also being used to take the backup, that is the copy command. So let's see how it works. Cp command, we need to first of all mount the floppy drive, and after we mount it, we need to copy these files cp star.c mount.mnt.floppy. Now let's see gzip command. Okay. Now let's see gzip command. Gzip command is used to compress a file. Zip is the utility which is used to compress a file. So if the file which needs to be backed up is too large, then we need to compress that file using this gzip command. So file compressed is basically used to reduce the size of the file. So the logical size of the file is being reduced by saving it in the hard disk by after compressing it. So it helps in the faster transmission over the network, and it reduces the space required to store that file data. तो space reduction होता है and faster transmission होता है. It enables the creation of a version of one or more files with same data at a size substantially smaller than the original size. So the size of the file is also being reduced using the zip command. So while compressing a file and sending it onto the other computer has to have a program that will decompress the file so that it can be written into the normal. See, we have a gzip utility which is used to compress a file. So when it is being compressed and then sent over the network, then after receiving the data, it should be decompressed. So there is a utility called as gunzip utility. Using that utility, the file is also being decompressed. So now procedure to do the compressing a file is first of all selecting a particular directory, okay, which needs to be backed up. So backing procedure is to make a copy of the data, storing it at some location. So let's see first of all the directory or the file which needs to be backed up using ls-l command. So at the prompt we type ls-l command, then view the size and the name of the file which needs to be backed up. Say for example the name of the file is demo.txt. Now let's write the command gzip-v demo.txt. This is the command which is used to zip a file. gzip-v compress the file as given below. When compressed, it allows it also shows the percentage of the file is compressed. ये -v ऑप्शन से क्या शो करेगा कि फाइल कितनी compress हो गई है. Okay, and we can view the demo.gz command, demo.gz, which is used to see the file which is being compressed. So name of the file which we are compressing is demo.txt. So gzip-v demo.txt shows the file is being compressed, and automatically this file will be created demo.gz. gz is the extension which is used for zip file. So zip file जो ओरिजिनल फाइल है .txt फाइल उसी नाम से .gz फाइल क्रिएट हो जाएगी. Now this file is a zip file. Size of this file is less than the size of the demo.txt. So to compress all the files having extension C of current directory, use the following command gzip-v star.c. Okay, and to compress all the files of the current working directory, say /home/bca2. So we use the command gzip-r/v/home/bca2. Okay. Now this is the procedure which is used to compress a file, gzip. Now as we know that after compressing a file, the size of the file is reduced and it can be sent on the network. After it is being received, it needs to be uncompressed. So to uncompress that file, gunzip command is being utilized. Now gunzip command, how it works? So it is used to decompress a file. Gunzip is to decompress a file, and gzip is used to compress a file. So now the procedure to decompress a file is go to that particular location and find the file with the extension .gz so that it can be uncompressed. So we have seen that the file which is named as demo.gz is to be uncompressed. So issue the following command gunzip -r demo.gz. So using R option, the file can be uncompressed, and you can list out the file using ls-l option demo star. So demo star will give you the list of all the files having the name demo followed by some set of characters. So the file will be decompressed. If you would like to decompress all the files with extension .c, so the command is gunzip -r star.c. If you would like to uncompress all the files present in the home directory /home/vca2, then gunzip -r /home/vca2. Okay, so we have seen these two commands, that is gzip and gunzip, and before that we have seen cp command. Now let's see the third command, that is the tar utility. Tar is basically tape archives, that is taking up a backup in the tape drive. So in Linux operating system we have a procedure to take a backup in the storage media. So storage media like floppy disk or the tape drive. So the command to take a backup in the tape drive is tar command. Okay. What are the different options which can be used with the tar command? C option, that is starts writing from the beginning of the backup media. R appends the file. U updates the contents of the backup file. V displays all the messages while saving, and X extracts the file. So let's see tar -cv -cv. This is the command which is used to copy the file as well as store the file in the particular location using the tar command. And to extract that file, -x option is there, which is used to extract the file. So to extract the file, you need to write the name of the extracted file here, followed by the name of the file which is to be extracted. So the command will be tar -xv. The last command is cpio, that is copy input output. This is also the command which is used to take the copy. With cpio, -o option is used for copy out, and -i option is used for copy in. That is copy out is used to read the file from the standard input and copy those files to the standard output, while cpio I in just for the reverse purpose. So I is used to copy in, and copy out is used to copy the file into the standard input. Okay, so these are the 5 different commands: cpio, then we have seen tar, then gunzip, gzip, and the last is cp. This cp. So gzip, gunzip, tar, and cpio. These are the 4 backup and restore commands in the Linux. Apart from this, there is one more command called as the cp, which is used to take the